maybe just start with your North Star. Kind of what brought you into the field? What got you on your path, early on to pursue that physics archetype?
Yeah, so I think that goes way back when I was a child. My father's engineer, so it's always kind of asking me, or maybe thinking aloud himself and asking me, how does this work? How can we make that better? So it's always a sort of an engineering mindset around me, growing up. So I kind of just became to have this sort of a engineer thinking, physics thinking, and also a little bit kind of a willingness or even eagerness to invent that type of thinking growing up.
Yeah.
So that was the kind of early days. And then at college, I studied physics. And you mentioned that for my master's program, I went to UBC for physics. But it was there when I encountered the field, which was fascinating. It's called medical physics. So it's the application of physics. It's pretty broad, but mainly physics, mathematics, engineering, computer science to medicine to help with solving problems in the medical world. So I think that was my first encounter of medical physics.
That's pretty cool. And nowadays people throw different terms around. One category that's become a lot more topical is applying physics and materials to biotech, sometimes often called tech bio. Would you say that's a thing with regards to kind of where you fit in kind of medical physics? Was that a right category?
Yeah, no, I think that's actually definitely a thing. It's a tech bio. I like the term. It's the biosystems. They're a physical object. And although, it's fascinating with the biology and chemistry, biochemistry behind it, but, still fundamentally it's a physics thing. So using all these physics, engineering, nowadays, of course, computer, AI, and I would really think that fundamentally it's the physics is math that set the laws for this world, including the biosystems, right? So I think that's very fitting.
Yeah, that's really interesting and a great perspective, and I think very timely. And then as you continued on, and now you've kind of come out with your master's degree from UBC, and clearly you've kind of decided to go deeper into the medical physics field. What brought you to University of Chicago, and kind of what were the early days there, and your thinking around kind of your next steps toward the PhD?
Oh man, now you make me miss Vancouver.
Oh yeah,
beautiful city.
Yes.
So actually, I want to also talk about kind of what I did in Vancouver, which actually also contributed to bringing me to Chicago.
Yes.
So there, I was able to work with my mentors. One of them were physicists, and the other two were physicians. They were dermatologists. So we were developing technologies to help diagnosing, and part of it is also treatment, but I was mostly focusing on improving the diagnosis of melanoma. So I was, I don't know why, but I had this kind of maybe my visual thinking. I really like imaging. So I developed this imaging system from designing, of course, a lot of ideas came from the lab, the team, my mentors, but developing this whole imaging system that can improve the diagnosis of melanoma. So took the initial design on a piece of paper to purchasing all the materials, putting them together, testing, validating, and eventually we moved that whole system from the lab to a skincare clinic. So acquiring a lot of data from patients.
Okay.
Of course, with the protocol, IRB approval. So that experience, I think, was fascinating to me because I was able to kind of go through the whole circle, from design to actual prototype development to lab testing and clinical testing. So I think I was really kind of I really like the whole kind of the process of that.
Right.
But also I felt that dermatology application was really important, really cool. But I also wanted to do something kind of deeper into the body, something X-ray or magnetic resonance. So I was looking around and had this opportunity to come to Chicago.
Yeah.
There are some world-leading imaging physicists working on X-ray, MRI, nuclear medicine. So then I applied for the PhD program here, and fortunately got accepted. That's how I came to Chicago.